So let's pull up my camera feed of the YoloBox and let me show you a little bit about what we've got set up here. You'll notice the YoloBox has multiple HDMI inputs as well as a USB input. Now this USB input can be used as a video feed where I could plug in something like a USB webcam. I can also use something like the Hdmi HD Ptz Camera and feed that into the USB port of the YoloBox. But now I have two HDMI inputs. Right now I'm using a Ptz camera as well as a Panasonic camcorder to feed my two HDMI sources. Any HDMI camera though can be used as an input into the YoloBox, like a Sony Action Cam or a GoPro Action Camera are very affordable ways of getting a nice HDMI input video source in. So now you can see on the YoloBox itself, on the touchscreen, I can easily switch from one of my HDMI inputs to the other. I can go to my share menu here and set up my output streams with YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch pre-configured and ready to go. Or I can select custom RTMP here, which is where I would set up the feed to go to any other CDN that I want. Another interesting thing about the YoloBox is I do have an HDMI output as well. And what they did was they took the HDMI output and allowed me to change it to a program output. If you look at the picture-in-picture in the corner of the screen right here, you'll notice that what you're viewing right now is the same as the interface of the YoloBox itself. If I turn on this menu option for HDMI program output, now you'll notice that my HDMI output is going to feed whatever camera I switch to. There are workflows that will get you into higher end systems, and there are workflows that you're going to want to complement it with other products like an HDMI switcher like you see here. And now to segue to that, with the RGBlink Mini, the RGBlink Mini is now available in two different versions. The one I have in front of me here is the Mini Plus at $499, which adds some additional capabilities like the ability to do a virtual set or chroma key, as well as the ability to control a Ptz camera. So if I want to use the RGBlink Mini to actually control a Ptz camera, I can do it right from the mixer itself. I have 4 HDMI inputs. I have an HDMI output. I also have a USB output. I can control and choose any of my HDMI inputs using the hardware buttons. I can also use the T-bar to move back and forth from my different inputs. We noticed on one of the chat that there was a question talking about multiple HDMI inputs above and beyond the 2 that you get with the YoloBox itself. If I go back to the overhead camera that I had set up, you'll see that there's another device on the table here in front of me actually connected into the YoloBox, and that is the RGBlink Mini switcher. This switcher sells for just $299 and has 4 HDMI inputs. So now what I'm actually doing is taking 4 HDMI cameras. I don't have all 4 hooked up today, but I could take 4 cameras into the RGBlink Mini, take the output into the YoloBox for one of the outputs, use my other input on the YoloBox, and now I have up to 5 connections and my live streaming encoder, all in this tiny little area that you see right here in front of me that I can easily go back and forth to. Now I told you right now what we're doing is using it, feeding out into that YoloBox to give us more I/O capability from the RGBlink Mini into the YoloBox itself. In this setup and configuration, I do not need a computer system. The YoloBox is acting as my streaming encoder. So this is where I would set up my stream to YouTube, Facebook, or any other CDN.
Thank you for watching this highlight from the Video Guys Live webinar. If you like this video or you want to learn more, check out the full webinar in our description, or head on over to videoguys.com for more information.